So let's see how many of you are going to join this class today. So as you know, today is our non-fiction day. So we are going to practice our speaking skills with the non-fiction articles. Like, as you know, I hope now you know that non-fiction means the information is based on the text, the true information, right? So I can see that some students are already in, but I will keep posting the link so you can join the class. Good to see you, many of you here. So Priyanka, okay. Hello everyone, good to see you.
Good evening, ma'am.
How you are doing good, guys? Are you doing good? Harun Ali, doing good? Good to see
Yes,
you.
ma'am. No, I'm Mohammed.
How are you today? My sessions, like, what do you think about your level? Because many of you sometimes say, oh, ma'am, I'm on a beginner level. This was action. I'm sorry. I hope it's working fine now. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is my voice echoing?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you hear the double sound?
No.
Yeah, I actually, my sound was muted, so I didn't realize that it was.
Before you sound double, but now it's clear.
Now it's fine? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, how is everyone today? Good. Are you doing good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you remember anything from yesterday's lesson? Just for a review and, you know, just to check if you retained any information. Anyone wants to talk a little bit about it? I don't want you to go in detail, but just like anything you remember. Any
Ma'am, may I
specific?
tell?
Sure.
Ma'am, in the last session on Sunday, we were learning about chess and its parts and how to play it.
Chess, yes, excellent. So you remember that. That's good. So it was about chess. So do you remember who was the first champion?
No, ma'am.
But do you remember the name of the country?
It was originally from India in Mahabharata,
He's Indian, yes.
but the form of its famous in the current time is of Europe.
Yes, the second one who actually, yes, I think it was in 2017. Yes. So Anand was the first champion international level. And the chess game is actually also origin of the game is which country?
India.
India. I know many of you already know, even in Mahabharata, they used to play that kind of like a same game, Chaucer, right?
No, ma'am. I got to know it at first by you.
Oh, okay.
I knew nothing about it before.
No. Okay. So what do you think we will be learning today about? Can you guess any topic?
Non-fiction.
What is non-fiction means? That information is true or not true?
Ma'am, it is true.
True, yes. And if the true means it's based on the facts or opinions.
Ma'am, opinion.
No, it's based on fact. Opinion is what someone thinks about something, right? If I say America is beautiful, you might not gonna say, you're gonna say, no, India is beautiful, right? So it's opinion. That means
Ma'am, there is so much voice.
Ma'am, someone is unmuted.
yeah, who is there? Someone with a kid. With a kid. Sandeep, you are also not muted, please. Sandeep. Sandeep. Yes. Yes. So opinion, what someone thinks based on their knowledge, based on their belief system, right? Or, you know, we all think differently, or we all have our opinions about different things, but that doesn't mean they're true, right? They're not facts. If I say we have 8 students in this class right now, is this a fact or it's an opinion?
It's a fact.
Ma'am, it is a fact.
How do you know it's a fact? How you can prove it?
Because
Ma'am,
we are
because
in the class,
in class and we have
Count
and
it,
we
right?
count.
You can
we
count
can
it.
see.
Yes, it's right there. So that means the facts are based on data, right? Facts are based on dates. When did it happen? Where did it happen? Right? So you can prove, you can show the evidence. That is fact. And facts are non-fiction. They are based on true information, right? Okay. So I am going to share the PowerPoint with you and let's talk about it. Is there anyone new in this class today and want to introduce? I can see Vijay Singh Meena. I think you were here before. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How are you today? How are you doing? Good?
I'm good, ma'am.
Okay, good to see you. So what did you see on the screen? Art is not what you see, but you make others see, right? How many of you have any interest in art? Anyone likes to paint or likes to draw or
Ma'am, I.
you do? Okay, what do you
Yes,
like to
ma'am.
paint? Sir?
Me too, ma'am.
You do?
Ma'am,
Okay.
design, scenery.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you like you had this interest since childhood or it just started now recently?
Ma'am, childhood.
Childhood.
Ma-
Okay.
Ma'am, my first painting is I made tree.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, sky.
Huh? You like when you draw, it's like a draw, right? So you the first your drawing was what did you like you draw something. What did you draw? A tree, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So
Yes, ma'am.
made is do you make the things with the like you make sculptures, for example, right? You make
Yes.
it. But in drawing, you paint the pictures or you draw.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what about you, Sandeep? Do you like to draw?
Yes, ma'am. I like to draw, and most of I like to draw beauty, natural beauty.
Okay, scenery. Sceneries?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nature,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Nature, okay. So you just draw, you fill the colors also in it?
Yes, ma'am. I like to fill the colors because without filling a drawing is incomplete.
Exactly, right. Because sceneries, okay, oh, that's nice. So it's like, did you ever think about it to use it as a profession or just as a hobby?
Just as a hobby, ma'am. I don't want to use it as a profession.
Okay. So you think it's not like a money wise, you're not gonna have enough to support yourself? Right?
No, ma'am. My real opinion is that I am not much interested in it.
Oh, okay, okay. So sometime when you feel like maybe you're bored or something and you just,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
let's draw something. Okay,
In my
especially in
vacant
COVID.
time.
Okay,
Hello, ma'am.
okay. Anyone else like to
Yes,
do
ma'am.
any other hobby or any other thing for your entertainment, just to, yes.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I also interested in painting, but in my childhood. But this time I'm not interested in painting because when I am child, so I'm drawing book diagram.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, book diagram. So in history, book diagrams, our freedom fighters. So I drawing freedom fighters diagrams and
Oh,
at that time I also I more interested in drawing, but sometimes some reason I'm lip this and my second and I make second opinion and second goal that that time. But now my hobby is book reading and now other hobby is playing playing cricket. So
oh, cricket. You play
yeah,
cricket?
so yeah,
Okay.
most of boys is playing cricket. So is the hobby.
Yeah, cricket is very common in India, moreover.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone likes to play cricket, yes.
Yeah,
And
and
here
my
it's more common is soccer and baseball in America.
yes, ma'am. And ma'am, I also interested that watching thriller movie when that thrilling movie, it's interested cop movie I'm watching.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
many
are
hobbies.
yeah we are I don't know who is villain and we are searching that who is villain. So I very like that thriller movie.
Okay. We have some new students here. Ankit Kumar. Hello, Ankit. Ankit,
Yes, ma'am.
so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Ma'am, my name is Angit Kumar and I belongs to India in Bihar.
Bihar. Okay. Is this your first time in this class?
No, ma'am, second time.
Second time. Okay. Okay. So, do you have any hobby you like to do something in your free time?
Ma'am, my hobby is listening music
What kind of music?
as a motivational.
Oh, okay. I know you, Ankit. Okay. So, because you are not visible, so I actually forgot. But now I saw you, and that's right. You were here
Yes,
yesterday.
ma'am.
Good. Okay. So, music, listening music, and motivational music. Motivational music or motivational talk?
Music, ma'am.
Music. Okay. Good. So, we have here, I saw Sun. Who is he? Let's see. Which is
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am,
Hobby.
my name is Vijay Singh Mena, and I am from India. And my hobbies are reading books like that. At that time, I am trying to learn a language, English language, because our native language is Hindi, and I want to learn English language. So I saw many educators in YouTube, but I saw you in last year.
Mhm.
Then this time you could not start your class in Zoom application and send a link. But I am not connect you. But at that time I am connect you, so I feel very good.
Okay. Yeah, last year I had an email system where
Yeah,
students were sending me the emails and I was sending the link.
yeah,
But this
ma'am.
time I took the risk. This is kind of like a risk kind, I will say, I don't know who's going to join my class, but at the same time, I have a power to remove the student out of my class, right? So this platform is very safe otherwise. So good to know. So Vijay, do you have any, so you said your hobby is learning English?
Yeah,
That's good. Okay. So are you
Ma-
like a working student?
ma'am, I complete my graduation, and at that time I am doing a job.
Okay. So you are working. Okay. So here we say working. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to work. We don't say I'm going to office. It's not common. No one says like that. It's going to work.
okay.
Yeah, work,
Okay.
work. Yeah. I know India may work is like a different way we use it, right? Am I right?
Okay.
Work.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like a work is like a housework, but here we say going to work. I'm going to my work. Yes. Okay. So I have Murmu Thakur Sarna Religion. Wow. Long name.
My name is Ramjit Murmu.
Yes.
I am from India, West Bengal.
Okay.
Ma'am, please, your suggestions. Ma'am, how can improve my English speaking, ma'am?
That's what we are doing here. If you think I have a Saduki Chadi, no one has it. Some people claim it that you can learn English in 1 week or 1 month. No, that's not true. Again, I'm saying I know sometimes people don't like that, but it's going to happen in 1 day or 1 month. Yes, you will improve if you will consistency. Please. So if you will be practicing consistently means that even every day practice something. It's not like 1 day practicing for 1 hour and another day, you know, it should be like
Right, ma'am.
like your lifestyle, right? Like if you are not talking, everyone should be muted because there is a lot of disturbance. So just keep in mind that mute yourself. So that's the way. And again, yes, yesterday we were talking about that. Yes, ma'am, we know that everyone says listen, read, write, and speak, and everything goes together. We already know it, but it's not helpful. Yes, it will be helpful if you will be doing it in a correct way. So now, for example, if you are reading something, you need to talk about your reading. You need to ask the questions to the reading. So that's what we do here, right? Because I know sometime I have seen that in speaking classes, they just give you the topic and they want you to speak about on a topic for 1 minute, right? But I mean, that method is okay, but you have to have a background knowledge about that topic, right? And everyone is not knowledgeable in every topic, right? So that method can be useful as a like a one strategy if a teacher already gave you one topic and they want you to, you know, go through the topic, get the information, and that is, I feel like it's more like a memorization, which I will never encourage. because when you do the memorization, you don't understand it fully or deeply. But when you are reading something and you are talking about it, you are having discussion, and everyone is bringing their own strengths and everyone is contributing in the language. Then we learn by listening, we learn by reading, we learn by practicing, and we learn by writing also. So that's the reason I always say, when you are practicing the language, you please keep one notebook and pencil also with you, because it's very important to take very like a useful or keynotes, I will say, keynotes, like very important information, especially which you think is going to help you, or because you are the best judge about yourself, about your language, how much you already know, what are the words you don't know which can help you with this, right? So you can take notes and start using those vocabulary words and everything in your life. Okay, so now let's see. Who wants to talk about this picture? What do you see in this picture? Or you will say, I see. Use the sentence, I see, and then tell me. Let's see. Is there anyone didn't get a chance to speak? I want to give a chance to that person first. Yes. Who didn't get a chance here? I think Sunita. Sunita? Hello, Sunita.
Yes, ma'am.
So how are you today?
Fine, ma'am.
It's a long time. You were disappeared, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you see here, Sunita? What do you see? First of all, what do you think where this picture is from? Can anyone can guess?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Ma'am, history.
Chemistry, you said?
History, ma'am, history.
History. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
So what do you see? Do you think it's a modern art?
no, ma'am. It's
No.
the
Okay.
historical paintings, ma'am. We are our native Indians. We are drawing this painting. They are that time we drawing painting in stone and yes, ma'am. So this is I think many animals is drawing, and these in this painting, and oh,
So
okay.
what do you think they were using? Like the colors? What colors they were using for these paintings? What do you think about that?
Yeah, they are using natural color, because they have that time they have not any color, so they are using natural colors in this grass color. And this that time we are they are using color that in trees color, green color.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, my question to someone else, if why do you think they were making the drawings of like all these kind of animals? Why they were just painting animals? If you see in this picture, there are a lot of animals, right? Why do you think they were used to paint animals? Think about it. There is no right or wrong answer, guys. Please, I want you to just think out of the box. Okay, think. Just make the connection. Why their paintings are mostly about animals? Why?
Because
May
they
I
love
say
animals.
Because
Hello.
Because they were riding of them.
Okay, they were riding them. Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Are you listening?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay. My name is Ayaz, and I belong to Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
This is my second session. Yesterday I joined, but due to net connectivity, I could not speak, or my voice could not reach over there.
Okay.
I actually admire you when I saw you on a YouTube channel when your style of teaching. Come to the point. This, I think, in my opinion, this drawing belongs to, I think, Mughal era, who has ruled in subcontinent 300 to 4 years, 300 to 400 years ago. And most at the time they were using animals because they at that time there were no source of transportation or like other uh, 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 means of transportation, but they were using animals for many purposes like food, uh,
Okay.
cultivation, and transportation. That's why they showed animals in this drawing.
Okay. I have one question. You said Mughal era, but these paintings are on the stones. Okay. And when Mughal era was there, I think their paintings were not much on the stones. Their paintings were on maybe I will say the wood board.
Portrait.
Right? Yes.
I think you are saying, actually I'm connected with mobile, so I just assuming that it is a portrait.
Okay, yes, these are actually, yeah, right. Okay, I think maybe on the phone it's not very clear, but if you see
Yes.
this, these are actually stones, and it's a Stone Age time. It's
then
like
then it might be thousand years. It's I think start of a mankind.
right, exactly. Okay, so let's look at this one now. So this is also, you can see pretty much same, very close up of like a one kind of animal. What do you think? What kind of animal is this?
I think this is a ox.
Buffalo, ox.
Yeah,
Ox,
buffalo cow or some kind of. Because
Ma'am,
these
buffalo, ma'am.
from India, these paintings are worldwide, and you know, in the caves, especially in the caves. So,
Yes.
for example, this one is who knows this animal?
Ma'am, I'm forgetting its English name.
Ma'am, this is a Vara singer, but I don't know his name.
Yes, ma'am. That's the thing with me.
So they are from like all are from a deer family, right? They're
Yes.
deer family.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What,
so-
ma'am? Say again.
Okay, so these are the paintings. So now let's read about it.
May I read today?
Is there anyone did not get a chance to speak at all?
I am the first one, I think.
Ma'am, I'm first.
Okay, I will give a chance to everyone. Don't worry. As you know, I don't set the limit of like how long it's gonna be. That's fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Let's start from Ayaz today. Ayaz. Yes.
Okay.
Ayaz.
Okay. Thank you very much. Should I start?
Yes, sure. The first paragraph, please. Up to themselves.
Okay. Before people wrote words, they created pictures in caves. Cave paintings have been found all over the world. They are drawing from prehistory, the period before people kept written records. These cave paintings were the way early humans shared information about themselves.
That's it, please. Okay. So these paintings are before people what? Before people start using what?
Using
The language.
the language.
The word. So there was no language. They were expressing their feelings through what? Through painting.
Drawings, through paintings.
Paintings.
Through paintings.
Right. And where they were creating these pictures?
Cave,
I'm in caves.
Caves.
Cave. Gufa.
Right.
because at that time I think that they don't they had no homes, so they lived in cave, I think.
Yes, they used to live in caves. Yes.
And ma'am, I want to say something.
Yes.
For caves paintings, the Bushman tribe of Africa is famous.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So cave paintings have been found where? Where you can find the cave paintings?
Ma'am, all over the world.
All over the world.
So that means everywhere, right? Globally. It's
Yes.
not only in India or in China or in Europe. It's everywhere. So they
In
are
India,
found
yes.
from,
In India, Indus Valley civilization, the cave paintings is very.
right. So these drawings are from pre-history. What is pre means? What is pre means? Who knows? This word?
Before, earlier.
Ma'am, before history.
And this pre is a prefix.
Indus, yes, ma'am. Indus Valley civilization is prehistory.
So if you know the words we learn when we talk about the suffix, prefixes, root words, pre, wherever you see pre, that means something before. Like for example, pre-test, right? The test before you start reading something. Or pre-record, pre-history, preliminary. So these are all means before. So pre is a prefix and the base word is history, right? So prehistory. The period before people kept written, and this word is who gonna say this word?
Ma'am, record.
Okay. So in Indian English you say records, in American English it's records.
Record.
Records.
Records.
Yeah. The period before
Record.
people kept written records. Okay, so if I will be reading, I will be reading it records.
Records.
And I will say in a standard English internationally, it is records, not records. Yes.
Records.
Period before people kept written records, these cave paintings were the way early humans shared information about who,
Themselves.
Themselves.
right? So this one is a plural form when we are talking about what?
For many people.
Themselves.
Ma'am,
About
for
many
many people,
people.
ma'am.
Than one, right? Many people, yes. Okay, who is my next reader?
Ma'am, can I?
Ankit, go ahead. Today, Ankit from here.
Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, Ankit.
Do you have me, ma'am?
Yes, what happened? Are you like, I can hear you very well. Go ahead, start.
I think some technical problem, ma'am, here.
Okay, Vijay Singh Meena, read. Then Ankit, I will come back to you later. Okay, Vijay Meena.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not listening you.
You can come back again if you want to.
I don't know what is doing here.
Okay, Vijay Singh, go ahead, read.
Should I
Huh?
complete, ma'am?
Yes, go ahead.
Ma'am, I'm next time reading.
Okay, today there are many different ideas with that the painting were trying to say. However, the real meaning of the artwork may always remain a mystery.
Okay, so today there are many different ideas about what the paintings were trying to say, right? This is just our observation because if you remember on the previous slide, what we were learning, the painting is also a way of expression and how
Communication.
we are perceiving it. And we all perceiving it very differently, right?
Yes,
Based
ma'am.
on experiences also, I will say. So the real meaning of the artwork may always remain a mystery. What does mystery mean?
Mystery,
Mysterious.
mysterious thing.
It's a historical secret.
We don't know there is
When something is not solved, when something is not clear to you, right?
Yes.
It is a mystery, right? Okay. So now what we know about the cave paintings on this screen, and I want other people also, please try to speak. I just don't want only one person is speaking because everyone should get an equal chance here. So Sandeep,
Yes.
Shiva, how you say your last name, Sandeep? Shivari?
Shivhari. Shivhari.
Shivhari. Okay.
Yes.
So Sandeep, what do you think? What did you learn from this from this screen, this writing?
So may I reading?
No, don't read. Tell me in your words. In your words, what did you learn from this two paragraphs? These two paragraphs. What did you learn? Don't read
Yes.
anything. Tell me in your words.
Okay. Before people using before people not using kagaz, sorry, not word, using not words because we are not speaking. So that time we are using paintings and to introduce each other and talking to each other.
Right.
So we, yeah, and we are living in caves because we have that time we have not any home. So we are live that in all over. We are we living around their country and we are living in cave. And
So right. So you can say I learned, or I have learned that in historical time or prehistorical time, people were used to live in the caves and there were no written words. So people were using the paintings. They were
Paintings.
expressing their thoughts or themselves through the paintings, right?
yes, ma'am. Yes.
And they were creating or they were drawing or they were painting on the stones in the caves, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So listen me what I was saying. I am not using most of the stuff from the screen. I am just telling you, I'm using my own language. That's the way you practice language, right? So you can pick up some of the words from the written word, but you don't need to read it. You need to speak or practice in your words. But at the same time, I will say, keep track on your own learning. For example, here, this is something happened in the past. And when we are using the sentences, we are using the past tense, right?
Yes.
Am I right? Yes.
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 So you can say like, I learned from this screen, or I learned so far that in prehistorical times, the people used to live in the caves. People used to paint on the stones, right? Or men, more than one, right? Or cave people, right? More than one, because we are not talking about. And these paintings we can find all over the world, or we can find these paintings worldwide. Worldwide, it's also the same thing, right? Or we can find these kind of paintings pretty much on every continental, right? So you see how you can use so many vocabulary words, but you can express the same information in so many different ways, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Who is my next person's gonna talk about the same thing? But don't. I will say get the words from there. I'm not saying don't use any words from there, but I'm saying
May I?
don't get. Express your thoughts in your language. Yes.
May I?
Yes. Sandeep.
In the text, I learned about the prehistory and about the humans' observation, because in that time period, they don't have their own language. So whatever they're observing from the nature and from the around, whatever they're looking at, so they want to
surroundings, their surroundings.
Yes, ma'am. So whatever they were so observing from their surroundings, they want to express that. And to paint over on the rocks or stones is their way to express their real opinion about that.
Right.
So they just use it as a language. We can say it prehistorical language.
Right. And that language of expression. Because what language?
तो यार मैडम को अटेंड कर लेता हूँ
see that different screen because I feel like on the YouTube, it's still the same fifth is there. I'm not sure if they can see this or it's only my screen here is jammed like that, not moving on anywhere. Okay, so yeah, so I like the way you are using a lot of vocabulary words like from your background information, which you already have it and you are utilizing it. Yes, excellent. Is there anyone else want to contribute about this, want to talk about it? Anyone else wants to get a chance? Ankit, can you hear me well now?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Can I start now?
Sure, you just start. Please don't wait for my, when I say start, that means start. Okay, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Before people wrote word, they created picture in caves. Caves painting have been found all over the world. They are drawing from prehistoric. The period before people kept written records. These caves printings were the way earlier humans shared information about themselves. Today, there are many different ideas about what the paintings were trying to say. However, the real meaning of the artwork many always remain it means, ma'am, remain a mystery.
Okay. Ankit, I was saying that I want to tell in your words. That means not reading, but what did you understand without looking at the screen? What did you understand about this this reading? That was my question. You were reading everything from there. No, without, even if you don't look on the screen, can you talk about what we learned so far without looking at on the screen? Can you do that? In your words, you can say, I learned that, and then start, what did you learn? But don't read on the screen. That's my point.
Okay, ma'am, I will try.
Yeah, that's okay. No one is judging you, Ankit. No one is judging you. Just feel free and speak freely, fearlessly. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Again, I start, ma'am.
Okay, I just want you to tell me whatever you remember without looking at the screen. I want you to tell me in 1 or 2 words, what did you learn so far about the painting?
Sorry, ma'am, I can't recall.
You can say, I learned that, and start your sentence. I learned that the prehistorical people or cave people were used to.
Yes, ma'am. Historical, prehistorical themselves and caves and paintings. These words are I'm remember.
Okay, so here, listen to me, everyone. Listen to me here, Ankit.
Yes.
Ankit,
Yes,
listen.
yes.
Okay. You can say in any sentence when you are talking about like any like a paragraph, when you want to talk about it, what did you learn? You can say, I learned that, right? You can start your sentence like that. Or I learned about, right? I learned about how prehistorical people were used to express, because when you are telling me something happened in the past, you will be using a past tense, right? So you learned about that prehistorical people were used to paint on the stones or in the caves, and they used to paint a lot of what? Animals. That's it. You don't need to tell me whole lot of information or it's everywhere in the world. No, I was just looking for even a small sentence, but without looking up on the screen. Your thoughts. That's the reason I always say, please ask yourself questions. Who we are talking about? Tell me who we are talking about. Tell me who we are talking about. Cave people. Cave people? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
We are talking about cave people, are we? Who
What,
we are
ma'am?
talking about?
Yes, ma'am. We are talking about cave people.
Yes.
Only
who?
for you.
Okay, Ankit, I want you to relax. First of all, I want you to calm down, relax. Don't get so much stress. You are under stress right now.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
don't do that. Don't do that. Relax. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Ankit. Yes, relax. No one is judging you here. No one is judging you, Ankit. Keep in mind,
Okay, ma'am.
don't be scared, cool down, relax, okay? And I want you to focus on the 5W questions. Who we are talking about, what we are talking about, where did it happen, when did it happen, why did it happen, or one H is how, right? Now, who, the first one is who we are talking about. People, like Arun already said that we are talking about cave people. Now, or cavemen, cave people, so same thing. Now, what we are talking about? What? About their paintings, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
About paintings. Where did it happen? This was happening everywhere around the world.
All around the world.
One country, everywhere, where in the caves. In the caves. When? Prehistoric time. Prehistoric time. How many of you have your notebook with and a pencil with you? Be honest with me right now. How many of you have it?
Ma'am, I have.
Ma'am, I have.
Ma'am,
If you
I
have,
can
ma'am.
show you my paragraph too.
yeah, if you have it, you should write down then. Who? Cavemen. Where? Where? In the caves. When? Prehistoric
Historic
time.
time.
Where? Around the world.
Around the-
Globally. On every continent. Everywhere. You can say in India, in Europe, in America, in Africa. As like Deepak, Sandeep was saying, which one you were saying? Sandeep is a very famous from Africa.
Ma'am, Bushman tribe.
Yeah, right. So you see, so some of you already have that information. So why they were doing it? Because there were no written language. वहां पे हिंदी और संस्कृत और इटालियन और फ्रेंच कुछ नहीं थी language, right? So they were using, because everyone, no, we are humans, even animals, they express themselves. Everyone, all living things, I think they express themselves in some ways. And we humans do more than any other creature on this planet Earth, right? Am I right? And that time when there was not written
Yes,
language, they were using paintings. That was a mode of expression. That was the way they were expressing themselves, through the painting. So how? They were just drawing. They were drawing different kind of animals. They were using different kind of colors, the natural colors. That's what it is. Most of the paintings, they were using like flower colors, that time, whatever they had, leaf colors. No, very natural colors. But
Yes.
so now, if you already know this information and you want to talk about it, you can form a sentence, Ankit. It's not hard. So you can say, I learned that cavemen or cave people used to USED, used to draw, or used to paint, or used to express, right? Themselves used to draw, paint, or express themselves through what? Through what? Through what?
Paintings.
Through paintings. Through paintings. That's it. Your sentence is complete. Do you understand, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please focus on what you are learning. Don't get panic. Relax. Relax. Guys, I am teaching students every day in my class and I physically can feel it. You are online, but I can see your faces. I can sense what's happening in your brain. And human psychology is one of my favorite subjects. I'm telling you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes my students say, ma'am, how do you know it? How do you know? Are you in our minds? I said, yes, I am in your mind because I can see your expressions. And you know, yeah, that's what we are talking about, expressions. Painting is expressions, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So how to used to be? Someone is asking me, Sumit is asking me how to used to be. The verb is like is, am, are in a present form, right? Was, were in a past form. It's that's what we are starting our basic speaking from tomorrow. If you know, I'm starting my everyday speaking practice class starting from tomorrow. I will do this from 7:30 this time. Later on, if I will make any change, I will let you know the time. And we will be starting from the be verb actually, the basic and pronouns. That is the first step in language learning, pronouns, not even nouns, pronouns. Because think about it, the little baby, when they learn, I, me, I, me, they start from pronouns, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's the topic what we are learning. Now I'm going to the next slide and I hope you will keep in mind that please don't be scared and just focus on W's. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Sometimes you find the answer for how when you are talking about who, what, and why. That's the
Ma'am, I
answer.
want to ask you something.
Yes, sir.
What's the difference between request and plead?
Request and what?
Plead, plead, P-L-E-A-D.
Oh, okay, okay. I think they are very close. Yeah. Okay, can we finish this and then at the end we can talk about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's read this one.
May I, ma'am?
Who didn't? Okay, Sunita, yes, go ahead.
Early humans may have used cave paintings to express thoughts about hunting. Large animals such as horses, bison, mammoths, and rhinos are common in these paintings.
Right.
Some historians think that early peoples believed their drawings would create magic to help them hunt. Early humans may have thought that paintings the animals would make more animals appear. They also may have thought that the paintings would improve their hunting skills.
Right. Okay, so early humans may have used cave paintings to express thoughts about hunting. Now, when we are saying may have used cave paintings to express, may have. So
Early humans.
are we sure about it when we use this word may?
No, ma'am, we are not sure about it. We just make possibility.
Right, possibility. You remember on the previous slide, we were talking about that it's still mystery. It's a mystery.
Yes, ma'am.
No, we are just guessing.
Yes, ma'am.
Guessing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they were painting large animals such as horses, bison, mammoths, rhinos are the common. So some historians, they think that early people believe their drawings would create magic to help them what? Hunt. That's what they believed in. Early humans may have thought, again, may have possibility that paintings, the animals would make more animals appear. They also may have thought the paintings would improve. So you can see the sentence formats here. May have thought it would do this, it would do this. So these are like Very
Improve hunting skills.
okay. All mute please, who is not muted, disturbance. Okay, so historians, based on their knowledge, based on historians experience, right, because they are experts, and they believed in, when someone is believed in something, is that a fact or an opinion? Who can tell me?
Fact. It would be fact.
If someone is believed something, it is not a fact, it is an opinion. I told you in the beginning, when someone believes something, belief system is all based on opinions. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if someone is believing in something, that is not a fact. Now, when we read non-informational text, everything you read in the text is not always the fact. Because, for example, here it's this word. When you see this word think, believe, these are the keywords about opinion. That is someone's opinion, what someone is thinking. That could be right or that could be wrong.
Wrong.
Right? Yeah. So, or its belief system. So some historians think that early people, they were drawing why? What they were trying to do? To help them what? Why they were doing it? What was the reason they were using these paintings? Why they were drawing? Why they were making all these paintings? Why?
To
What was
improve
the
their hunt.
Hunt the animal.
Yeah, they can attract more animals. They can hunt more animals. So they thought the paintings, they would do what? The more animals will appear.
Appear.
So if you think about it, when the animal sees the other animals, if for example, the elephant will see other elephant, they're gonna try to come close.
Improve hunting skills.
They
Okay.
attract.
Okay, yes. So their purpose. Now here, again, 5 W's. Ask the 5 W's.
What?
Who, right? So again, who? Early humans we are talking
Who?
about. We are talking about their paintings. And why? Now there is a big answer for why they were doing this. But this is only historians' belief. We don't know if it was the fact. We don't know, right? Because some of the history is based on what historian thinks, based on their experiences, based on their knowledge. So they think, they believed that prehistorians, the cave people, were creating these drawings, or they were creating, or they were making all these paintings, so the other animals get what? Attracted. And they can see, oh, there are animals. They might gonna think there are real animals, right? Or they can come close to them. So it will help them to hunt them. Because in old times, in cave times, do you think they had so many vegetables and they were growing like grains and harvesting? No, right? Most of them were living on the natural resources.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone can tell me any examples of the natural resources they were using? What are the natural resources means?
Fruits and hunting.
Yeah, like everything is from nature, right? Nature. Yes. Like all the food, like they were hunting animals for food. They were living close to the water, close to the rivers, right? Or yes, close to the lakes where they can have a natural water, where they can find seafood also. So yes, because it was not a lot of food, people were not growing food. It was mostly they were living on, they were dependent on nature. Wood, yes, right? So that's the reason that their source of living, their survival was all dependent on animals and on water, nature, trees, right? Of course, we are still dependent on everything, but here now we have different kind of resources, right? We create the resources, but that was the time when everything was in the nature. They were getting everything from the nature. So they were trying to attract the other animals, and that was the purpose. But we don't know. It's not 100% sure, but that is only historians guess. That's what they believe. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone wants to talk about it?
Ma'am,
Own words in your own.
ma'am, ask me question.
Ask you question.
मैम लार्ज एनिमल बाइसन एंड मैमूथ्स कौन से एनिमल होते हैं?
अब मेरे पास पिक्चर तो वो जो पिक्चर्स आपने देखी हैं उन्हीं में से हैं। ये इधर बहुत सारी कंट्रीज में डिफरेंट टाइप के एनिमल्स हैं। अब I don't have pictures right now with me, but they are different kind of animals. You can find, replay and look for these words and search it. Do some search by yourself too.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Your teacher is not your computer.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
No, I mean, think about it. I don't have the pictures right now, but you can see here, these are all different kind of animals, right? And when you want to know about these animals, you want to look at the pictures, then you can Google the pictures. Right?
Okay.
See here, what's my purpose? I do not want you to learn to be dependent on only on teachers. Because
yes, ma'am.
you learn how to do your own research, right? So teacher is here to guide you. Teacher is not here to tell you each and every word. I am here to guide you. I am here to teach you the strategies. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the reason, if you will be becoming more independent learner, you will learn a lot more than what the teacher is teaching you. Yes, the teacher is always there to guide you, but you need to learn to be more creative, critical thinker, and taking more initiative by yourself, right? Okay, now let's move on to, anyone wants to talk about this screen? Go ahead, anyone? Harun, you want to say anything about what did you learn so far? Hey, Harun Ali.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think the cave people were making all these paintings? Why they were using all these,
Ma'am, they were drawing these painting because that time we cannot speak. There is no language to speak, and we have to tell our words by these paintings.
But why they were painting? No, like what they were trying to attract? They were trying to attract something. Who they were trying to attract?
By the animals.
Yes, other animals, right? Because their life was, their survival was their survival. What is survival means? Now, what is your survival? What do you eat? You eat food, right?
Yes,
you
ma'am.
live in houses. You have places to live. You have a food to eat. But in those days, people had to make their own food somehow, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So they were dependent on animals. They were trying to attract the animals. Let's move on to the next one.
May I read this paragraph?
Can I read this passage?
Harun, mute, please. Okay, Sandeep, read the first paragraph, please.
One thing is certain about cave paintings. They are all very similar, no matter where in the world they were discovered. This is surprising because the artwork was created tens of thousands of years ago. For the most part, the painters could not have had contact with one another. Without transportation or technology, there was no easy way to see or talk to people in different parts of the world.
Right. So one thing is certain. What does certain means?
Sure.
Sure, yes. So one thing is sure about what? What is
Cave
sure?
painting.
Cave
Cave
painting.
paintings.
Cave paintings.
All were what?
Similar.
Similar.
Similar, very similar, very.
Very
And
similar.
all were about what? They all were about animals, right?
Yes.
They all were
Yes,
about
ma'am.
animals. So it says, no matter where in the world they were what? Discovered.
Discovered.
Discovered means they found it. And this is what? Surprising.
Surprising.
Why is surprising?
Because they all
Because
are
they were,
similar.
Before 10,000 years ago.
No, because the artwork was what? Very old, right? And,
Yes.
and surprising is why? Because it's old. First of all, it's old. And then the second thing,
thousands of years ago.
they were similar. And the other thing was there was no any internet, any computers, no technology, no transportation. And even then, the people, the paintings were similar, right? So without transportation, without technology, I'm going to read one time. So if you are mispronouncing any word or if you want to learn the correct pronunciation for some of the words, so you can do it. One thing is certain, this word is certain about cave paintings. Paintings, they are all very similar. No matter where in the world they were discovered. This is surprising because the artwork was created tens of thousands of years ago. For the most part, the painters could not have had contact with one another. Without transportation or technology, there was no easy way to see or talk to people in different parts of the world. Okay, so if you want to correct any of your pronunciation, you can rewind it and you can read it, you can think about it and talk about it. Okay, so what did we learn on these two paragraphs?
May I?
Yes. Is there anyone on? No, let me see. Murmu Thakur, do you want to talk about it? Murmu or Priyanka? Come on, guys, try. Anyone? Anyone wants to talk about it? And the ones you are in my class, if you like the lesson, please give me thumbs up, write the comments. No one is writing any comments from you guys. Okay, you need to do that part. And please keep one notebook, pencil, take notes, write down the vocabulary you don't know, the words you are mispronouncing, try to learn, and then form. Even after this class, you can go ahead, you can replay from each screen, you can form at least 1 or 2 sentences without even looking at it. Read it and then write about it and then talk about it or tell someone. Like for example, Harun can talk to his father, right? Your father is practicing with you, Harun, right? So you can tell your father, your dad, what did you learn today? Or Sandeep, if you have anyone at home, tell that person, what did you learn, right? So
Yes,
you can say today in Dr. DK's class, I learned about cavemen and how they were creating the paintings and why they were painting in the caves. What was the purpose, right? What is the purpose? They were trying to attract what? First of all, they were expressing themselves and they were
More
trying
animals attract.
animals. So you can talk without even looking at this article. We are discussing from last like pretty much 1 hour. By this time, hour, not hour, okay? 1 hour. So you know what we are learning. So that's the best way to practice your speaking. When you are learning something, talk about it. So that's the best way to make your passive vocabulary in your active vocabulary, because you will be using it, right? Okay. So instead of memorizing, learn with understanding. Okay. Now, so for most part, paintings could not have had, so that is surprising because they were not in contact. There was no transportation, right? No transportation, no technology, and there was no easy way to see or talk to people in different parts of the world. Think about your life now. I'm sitting in America, you are sitting in India or Pakistan or on other different countries, and we are just talking and you are listening. Things are happening like this, right? But in these people, no transportation, no technology, but their paintings were similar. That means these people were traveling. Can you imagine that these people were traveling everywhere pretty much, right?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, that's what it is, because many people were not living at the same spot. These people were moving from place to place, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So why these people were moving? Why? What was the reason?
For hunting, ma'am.
For in search of food, right?
In search of food, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if there was not enough food, they had to leave that. Because those days there were no stores, no shops, right? Okay.
Ma'am, can I read?
Yes, Harun.
The cave paintings show us that no matter where they lived, earlier humans had a lot in common. Animals and hunting were important to them, but
And the
even
voices are
their
breaking.
reasons were for creature centering these cave paintings. We are lunch that earlier humans left their mark.
Okay, Harun, I will read and I want you to listen and focus on each word. And next time replay and try to read it correctly. Okay, Harun? So I'm going to read. The cave paintings show us that no matter where they lived, early humans had a lot in common. Animals, animals. Animals and hunting were important to them. Whatever their reasons were for creating these cave paintings, we are lucky that early humans left their mark. Okay, so now what we are learning here. Let me see. I think someone was trying to enter in the class. Okay, so the cave paintings show us that no matter where they lived. So this is kind of like a conclusion at the end, right? So no matter where they lived means worldwide. Doesn't matter if they lived in America or in Europe or in Africa or in India or in what are the other continents? Australia, right? Or North Pole or South Pole. I don't know if they were living there. Anyways, but early humans had a lot in what? Lot in what? What they had? Common. What was common? Because they all were pretty much painting what? Animals and hunting. So animal and hunting were important to them. This was important to them. So whatever their reasons, we don't know the exact reason, but we can guess, right? This is all guess. The historians just think. That's what they believe. So they were creating cave painting, but we are lucky that early humans left their mark. How they left their mark, guys? How they left their mark? What is that?
Like ma'am, with paintings.
Yes, the painting. We still can find their paintings in the caves, right? And we know that they had that talent. They were expressing themselves. because there were no words. Later on, yes, the languages got created and we had words and we started using languages. But this is all thousands and thousands, tens and thousands years ago, when there was no language, it's time. That was the time cave people living in caves were creating paintings, right? They were expressing themselves through the painting, right? So, so at this time, let's stop this one. And so anyone wants to talk about anything about today's learning? So now you can start your sentence. Today in this class, I learned, and then start your sentence. Who wants to say? Priyanka.
Ma'am, can you speak again?
You can say today in this class, I learned about, and then tell me, what did you learn?
Today in this class, I learned about the prehistory. The before people not using the word, they express their self through the painting. Express their self through the painting. Wherever they were going, they express their thought through the painting. That's all, ma'am.
Wherever they went, not going, wherever they went or wherever they lived. It's more like lived because they lived in caves, right? So they lived in the caves and
they express themselves through the painting.
And what was the common thing in all those paintings? They all were painting what they were painting?
All had animals, ma'am.
Animals in it, right? Okay. So Priyanka, do you have a notebook? Are you taking notes when you read with me?
Yes, ma'am. That is my problem. I didn't write the note.
Yeah,
that is the main problem.
Then you fix this problem. If you know the problem, address it.
Yes, ma'am. That is the main problem of me.
Okay, so addressing is the main problem. You cannot address your problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Do it. So from now, next time, if you will be in my class, I want you to have a notebook. I want you to, for example, when you started your sentence, you need to use the cavemen or cave people, because that's what we were talking about. We were not talking about any random people. You understand?
Yes. Yes,
so
ma'am.
I want you to start picking up the vocabulary from the passages. You know what is passage? Whatever we learned today, this was
Yes,
a passage or an article, right? And all those different parts were like paragraphs. So this passage was divided into, I think, 9 or 10 paragraphs. I didn't remember the exact number. But the paragraphs are the short parts. All that information was a passage. And then you need to write down the key points or the key words from each slide so you can talk about it.
But ma'am, when after I saw this, see this video, I make a notes and then I speak to myself correctly, ma'am.
Okay, Priyanka, you're gonna say, when I replay this video, I will take notes and I will discuss it with my friend or with my sister, or I will share my knowledge or my information. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I will, because that is something's gonna happen in future.
Future, yes, ma'am.
Right? So you will replay this. Yes? Replay.
Yes, ma'am.
Replay means to play it again, because right now you are in the class, the video is already moving, but when after the end of the session or later on, whenever you have time, tonight or tomorrow, you're going to take the notes and then you will pick up the very important vocabulary, and you can see how these paintings were similar. That is very surprising, because people were from different parts of the word, but their paintings were same. And there was no technology that time. There was no any kind of transportation. People were not having any kind of interaction. Even then,
Yes.
their paintings were so similar. Similar. This is the word similar. So when you are talking about similarities and differences, how something is same and how something is different, right? So these are the different ways to organize the text. We're going to talk a lot about it, but so I hope to see you tomorrow in the class. And again, I'm telling you, and tomorrow, first class, we're going to talk about the strategies of language learning, and then we will move on to our lesson. And I will see many of you. And if you like this lesson, please press on the thumbs up and write comments about whatever you learned. I want you to write in the comments, because that helps me also. That what I'm teaching you, it's useful for you. You know, for me, I need a feedback from students. That's my wealth. That's my money. When you write comments, that's my wealth. Because as a teacher, it's very important for me that you understand and you are using it, and these classes are beneficial for you. Okay, so I will say have a wonderful time and learn fearlessly. Fearlessly, don't be scared. The more confident you will be, the more less mistakes you will be making, because you will be paying attention. That's what I need. Don't be nervous. Attention, just you need to pay attention. It's very simple, very easy. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow, everyone. Have a wonderful time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.